to myself, but I'm not broke.
I'm Jake.
I'm Tom.
And we are Velocities of Music, BIMTV, the best kept secret in music reviews. We are here today, guys. It is really, really hot. Apologies ahead of time. We got some new lights for spotlighting, kind of give some better lighting for just improved video quality. It's really hot because the room we're in this new studio is not air conditioned. It's 95 degrees as it's been for the last 4 weeks in Iowa, 3 weeks, something like that.
We look ridiculous, right? I'm looking at this, oh my gosh.
We are so sweaty and just so thankful you can't smell any of us, or any part of us, because it just reeks in here right now. Today we're going to review for our 505th album review. We're really excited to break into that, second half of millennial.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is just getting crazy. Bobby Womack, his new album, The Bravest Man in the Universe. Now, Bobby Womack is a soul singer. He's been around for decades upon decades, just making a lot of music that's been so influential for so many artists. And then, he did some work with Gorillaz and Damon Albarn on 2010's Plastic Beach, and kind of had some good songs there, and where he helped out and added and just made such a contribution that it just worked for Gorillaz. Now, Damon Albarn obviously has a relationship with Bobby Womack, so they continued that relationship here because he did a lot of the backing music for it and composing the beats and the general electronics driving the music. Now, Tom, what was your take on The Bravest Man in the Universe, just as just a general overview?
As a general overview, I like the vibe they were going for. And I like Bobby Womack's voice. I like his style. More than anything, I respect the hell out of the fact that this is a guy with a very long career. He's still doing it.
Great point.
He's still very good at what he does. And I like that Damon Albarn and him are working to kind of bring this vocal style back to the forefront.
Yeah.
And I really hope that people that are listening to this, since his work with Gorillaz has really brought him back up to the forefront of music, I hope that they take the time to go back and listen to some of that old soul stuff, because it's fantastic. But Bravest Man in the Universe, when it comes to this side of Bobby Womack, it was a little off-putting for me. I still enjoyed it,
right?
But it's kind of a strange combination of sounds, because yes, you have those electronic beats and synths kind of driving the music. And then you have Bobby Womack's very real sounding, very, very old and sage voice. And for me, they didn't quite blend. In fact, that's my biggest gripe. I'll get it out of the way right now. I just feel like the music was not made with the vocal style in mind.
Right.
I feel like it was kind of like, oh, let's make these cool beats and melodies for the instruments, and then just kind of sing whatever on top of it.
The vocals are strong, but
sure.
you would have to at times you would have to separate them from the backing music, and you can individually look at just the vocals and go, wow, this is really good. And if that's really all you're listening to, you'll like this album. But we're looking at several of the different components here, and when you break down the beats and the backing music and the overall just quality and flow of the album, it becomes more of an issue because they don't mesh quite as well.
Yeah, exactly.
In addition to that, I feel like some of the tracks, as I was saying, are very hit and miss.
Yeah.
Based on what you were just saying. Sometimes, and for the most part, I like that the production that Damon Albarn helped create. I like the sound of the backing music. I feel like I could just listen to that and really like some of the tracks on this album. However, it's not overly consistent. Sometimes I get this, kind of urban, synth-driven, kind of moody backdrop, and then other times I have more of a roots-esque vibe to it, where I got a lot of organic instrumentation and a nice bass groove and everything.
You've even got that track with the nice acoustic guitar. And
absolutely,
that works real well.
And I thought that worked well. There's other times though where everything sounds so synthetic in just crappy drum machines, and it's just like what is going on here? It sounds cheap and just not tasteful.
Exactly. The high points of this album are very strong, but I just feel like they were too few and far between, too inconsistent to really make this a great record.
Right.
Now, I definitely think it's still worth listening to, and as I said, I really respect Bobby Womack's style in general, but this just wasn't quite there.
Yeah, it's definitely, I would describe it as kind of like an emotional soundtrack to some postmodern world that we live in. There's moving moments on here, and I think that's the most beautiful part, and why I actually felt that some of these tracks were very strong. And the more that I listened to it, I liked those tracks a lot. But still, it comes down to just album listen.
Yeah.
Can you make it straight through? And there's tracks I want to skip. That's never a good sign.
Love is gonna lift you
Right.
up. I did not like that one.
Not a big fan of that song. I'm sitting at a 73 on this one.
I'm going 70.
That's fair. So lower 70s for this one. That's generally a sign of an album with some really, really good qualities. Just maybe one or two things just holding it back. What did you guys think? This album's getting a lot of praise, and as we sweat profusely, we're interested in hearing what your guys' thoughts were. So go out and leave us a comment at www.velocitiesinmusic.com or youtube.com/velocitiesinmusic. Sorry for the ridiculous clothing. I'm trying to wear shirts that I can sweat through and not wear to work tomorrow. So just bear with us through these next couple sets in our sweat. I'm Jake.
I'm Tom.
And we are VIMTV, moving music critique forward.
Instead of